All right, y'all. Every year around this time in different parts of the year, I get a lot of photos like the one behind me, and people are asking about what's going on with my lawn. And it could be a plethora of things that's going on, but primarily one of the biggest things a lot of people are getting right now, especially with this summer humidity and we've actually got rain, is fungus. Fungus is a huge part of your maintenance schedule program that you need to have for your lawn. It's not just fertilizer. As a matter of fact, fertilizer is one of the main reasons why you're having issues with your lawn right now. So the issue that you're having is the fertilizer that you use, like the Scots and all the other brands, they contain salt. Those are synthetic fertilizers, and the NP and K and all that inside of that bag is primarily salt. And the situation is that fungus, the type of fungus that you have, they thrive in salt. They love salt. And also the organisms that fight, the microorganisms that fight the fungus generally, they hate the salt. Fungus love the salt. The beneficial microbes hate the salt. So you run those microbes away. So now the fungus can play that you have. A lot of people are saying every time they come in and ask a question, I don't know what's going on. I water X amount of times a day and I fertilize every 2 weeks, or once I put 4600. The common denominator is always water and nitrogen, or the salt that they put inside the bag that goes on the lawn. You're losing that battle, and you're going to continue to lose that battle. That's why you have to have some things in place to fight that. One of the biggest things you can do is stop using the synthetic fertilizers. That is going to help you switch over to organic, or don't use any at all. Or you can go to a compost. Use compost. So what's happening is compost is teeming with the beneficial microbes that prey on the bad microbes that causes the fungus. That's what the compost. That's why a lot of people say add compost to your lawn to help with fungus when you have a fungus. That's what it is. You're using the microbes in the compost to combat the fungus that's growing in the grass. That's a battle going on. There's always there, but the good fungi will win if you have enough of it. That's where the compost and compost teas come in at. But I know a lot of people are not going to do that. So what I'm going to need you to do, you're still going to have to fight this fungus. And as long as the temperature of the day, the high temperature of the day, and the humidity of the day added together is over 150, that is prime fungus growing season. So this is another thing that I want you to use. Now, when you go in and look at how much this stuff costs for fungicides, pretty expensive. I have here, this is a azoxystrobin, pretty expensive. It's not cheap at all. And another one that I have is, this is propiconazole, not necessarily cheap. And one of the issues you have with them is that those are two good fungicides, but they don't necessarily treat the same fungus. So you end up having to use both of them anyway. So it's pretty expensive. So one of the things you need to do is just try to prevent getting the fungus issue at all. And this is where this comes in at. This is neem oil. This is also organic. People run away when they hear people say something about organic. I don't know why it is such a, it's just frowned upon for some reason. I have no idea why people don't like organic products. This is an organic, neem oil is an organic substance you can put on your lawn. This is going to help you with your fungus. This prevents the fungus from spreading and multiplying and all this. This is a natural product that you can use. And you use this when the pressure is there and you have to use it throughout that pressure. When you have a fungus, a lot of people want to go out and put out that Disease X or Bio-Advanced Total Fungus Control, and they just be done with it. And then later on, they say, hey, I put out some fungicides and my grass still caught a fungus. That's because it only lasts for a certain amount of time. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep applying it. This can be like every 2 weeks. You're going to have to keep applying this throughout the entire pressure season until it goes away. That's why you still get fungus in your lawn after using those type of products, because it only lasts for so long and fungi is going to be there. So you're going to have to do something to try to negate that. And this is one of the ways that you can do it. You can use this neem oil as your regular schedule maintenance program. Put this out when you put out, I don't know if you put out, you should. I put out other stuff like humic and kelp and molasses. I put all that stuff out all the time and I add this to it. You don't necessarily have to put all that out, but that's what I do. But anyway, when you put the neem oil out and you keep this out, it's going to keep a lot of that fungus from developing into your lawn. And another thing about this also works on insects, grubs, mites, armyworms. This is a pretty good process. This is a pretty good thing that you need to be putting on your lawn. I would just say get out and put it out anyway. Put neem oil out on your lawn. Every homeowner, you should just be putting this out anyway, because it controls and helps control a lot of different things, not just fungus. But anyway, one of the things that I'm getting out here to do today is I'm going to be dealing with my fescue in the front. And if you know anything about fescue will catch a cool season lawn, will catch a fungus before any other lawn, in my professional opinion. And I've been able to not have any kind of fungus problems to where I'm losing a lot of grass. So something might pop up here and there. And that's where I come in and use something like a fungicide to treat those little areas like that. But in general, I've been able to just keep it fungus free by using just good practices, not watering overnight. I use compost. I don't use synthetic fertilizer. I use the neem oil, and I haven't had any trouble. Let me show you right quick. Now this is Texas. This is actually Texas, and this is turf type power fescue, and we already know that most people who try to keep this type of grass, they just can't do it, because the humidity and the heat that we have, it just kills it. The fungus kills it. And until I figured out that I was the problem by using too much fertilizers, synthetic fertilizers to be exact, I was actually encouraging the growth of fungus in the lawn. So I had to switch over. This is the proof. It is hot out here. It's super hot out here. And here it is, and it's going. I got some troubled areas that I caused with some herbicides, but for the most part, the grass has been it's been hanging in, and I'm getting ready to do an overseed coming up, and I guess starting next month, September, the end of September. So it's already been almost through a summer. So this is what I mean about not using so much of the synthetic fertilizers, and primarily the salt inside the synthetic fertilizers. So you don't have to go all organic if you hate it. I would just go organic during these times, during the 150 rule time. And that's, again, when the temperature of the day plus the humidity of the day equals 150 or above, you put out some fungicide or use the neem oil, or you switch over from using synthetic fertilizer to organic only. Start putting out compost, things like that. That's going to help your lawn go a long way without having to deal with the fungus issue. All right, so that's it. Get out there, try some of this stuff that I'm telling you. I think you're going to be excited about it because it's going to help you in the pocketbook. And then it's going to help your lawn stay green all year long. And, you know, it's just gonna be a little bit of knowledge that you're going to be able to take from this going forward, that you can spread it to other people and just have more of an understanding of what's going out on the lawn and what you are putting into the lawn. So, hey, if you come by our page, subscribe, like, and follow. Got plenty of videos for tips to help you on your lawn journey and other DIY projects.